All righty. Hello, everybody. Welcome to our second ever live feedback session on Etchr. Wow, thank you all and the chat for you guys are already blowing up the chat. Uh, Type in Alana real quick if you can see and hear me and Cathrin, okay? Just want to make sure our sound and audio is doing good. My name is Marian. I am your host today with Etchr Studio. I have the wonderful Cathrin Gressieker. Hope I said that right with
Yeah,
us
that's right.
today.
Hi, guys. I hope you can hear
Woo!
me.
Yeah, hi everybody. We're super excited to have her come and do a wonderful feedback session on works done in her previous classes with Etchr. Awesome. Thank you, all the llamas I'm seeing in the chat. Really great to see you all. It's morning over here where I'm at. Good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. Thank you for spending some time with us here today. Um, so again, my name is Marian. I am your host for today. We got Cathrin doing here her first live feedback session, our second ever. If you are unfamiliar with what Etchr is all about, our resident artist program is what this is. It basically is a program where we invite back some of Etchr Studio's most popular and well-received artists to teach on a regular recurring basis. This means they teach several cycles of courses, excuse me, and it really just showcases their knowledge and expertise through a different variety of topics. So in this case here, Cathrin actually does have a live demo coming up this week. We'll talk about that just in just a little bit, but just wanted to let you guys know that this was a really special time for us to have you here watching us live because Cathrin will basically go through all the artwork submitted, and hopefully all of you will get something um, something very helpful in the feedback that she will give you today. Okay, now if you stick around till the very end of our feedback session, we'll be able to do a drawing and you guys may win a prize. So that's something special. We'll hold off until the end. But until that, I think we'll go ahead and have Cathrin take it from here. So Cathrin, why don't you let us know what's going on?
Yeah, hello, everybody. I'm so happy you're here and that you took the time now for the live feedback session. And thank you so much, everybody, for submitting art and also everybody who just interested here to see what we do and to talk about the loose florals, which I mainly teach here at Etchr. So, yeah, one thing I would like to say in the beginning. So thank you again for submitting and thank you very much for being so brave. So maybe we can have the next slide, Marian. So what I wanted to say in the beginning, honor where you're at, please. Yeah, because we'll have artwork from painters on all different stages along their artistic journey, from the beginning, the middle. And I just wanted to show you, like when I started Loose Florals in 2015, it looked a bit like this. And yes. And then you see like what I've been painting recently. And I think, yeah, there are some changes happening along the way if you are kind of committed to what you do and interested in what you do. So you'll see every kind of stage. And if you're a beginner, please, yeah, always be kind and gentle to yourself and don't criticize yourself too much because it's a journey. And if you do something regularly, you get better. And I hope my feedback will also help you a bit on the way. Okay, so but even like for the 2015, I think the upper right thing, I even made a pattern and sold it. So even with your beginnings, you can already be successful with a bit of Photoshop magic. Okay, so let's
Yeah.
go to
Did
the
you want
next.
to show other work or you're good? Oh,
I only have this here for you.
oh okay. All right, cool.
Yeah, okay. So we'll go now into the first slide. And this was from my workshop, painting roses in 10 brush strokes. So we really wanted to make it easy because roses can be so complex and with all those petals. And this was like a loosening exercise to just get going, which I always love to do. And I picked those two for the limited color palette. So you don't make it overcomplicated. Like you see, Barbara, she had this, it's a bit vintagey, also the red and this green. And then we have Allison's, which is, yeah, also very interesting with the blue. Roses normally aren't blue. And with the black leaves, this also has a bit of a mysterious feel. And I think both examples show that you don't need so much colors And this can be really classic and look interesting. And with Barbara's example, you can also see how she played with the brush strokes. There's really some character in the brush strokes, how she puts them in the leaves and the petals. And I also love how Alison, she has the color variation of the blue and the purple in her flowers. So I think these are two very successful examples how just a couple of brush strokes can go a very long and elegant way. Okay, next slide, please. So this is still from the same workshop. So I picked again Alison and Sarah and Bonita to show you what they did. And you see they also worked with different colors, the red and the yellow roses, and the leaves are very important. And even though it's just a couple of brush strokes, you can always see it's roses and flowers. And so this is something quite astonishing, that our mind just sees some little blobs and shapes and puts together, oh, that's flowers. And I think if you look at this, they painted it and they had fun, I hope so, in these ones. So what I also wanted to mention is what you always have to keep in mind maybe is that when you put the brush strokes for the stems of the flowers, it's always good if they're a bit finer. Like you see in Sarah's example, they're like lightweight, and this gives it an elegant feel. So this takes some time to have this movement in the hand and in the wrist to get the stems right. So because you don't want them too chunky. And otherwise, beautiful examples. You can also see on Alison's painting, there's also a bit of color, like bleeding happening on the left corner down there, because it was painted on wet paper in the wet on wet technique, and some color merging also in Bonita's artwork. So this is, I think, very successful. Let's go to the next slide. Also from the brushstrokes. So I would say this is a bit more along the way. So I wanted to show you what a bit of variety in brushstrokes and color can do. So for example, you see the color merging in Donatella's example, that you have in the top, what's it called, the bottom left corner, the orange and the yellow is merging together with the green of the leaves, and same in the other orange and yellow and red flowers. So you see the color merging. And then also for the leaves, you see she has greens in it. She has some blue in it, some more color on the teal side. And I think this really adds interest to it. You see it, and it comes alive, and your eye is interested, and you wander around the page and see it. And I think this is something like, yeah, I think Donatella has done this a bit before. Also, for example, that the petals inside of the roses, they are painted smaller brush strokes than the outside petals, which is what we see when we see a rose. Of course, it's smaller in the middle. And Vicky on the right side, I really loved how there are some roses that are like painted on the wet background. So that's just like a hint of the rose, a little pink, little purple. And she also experimented with different colors. So we have also here the yellow roses and the purple and the red roses. And also like putting different colors also makes it more sing. So you see it's the variation in the color here. What else do I see here? Yeah, even a bluish rose. And what I especially like is that you have the contrast of the painted, the dry on wet and the wet on wet. So it's different quality in the painting Some are like a bit more dreamy, and others are more solid. And I think we'll have more of this in the next slide, please. Yeah, here is more on the wet technique. So again, Vicky tried another one where maybe you remember. I think this is also from another workshop. This is where we did the wet on wet technique in the live demo. So you wet the paper first, and then you wait for a while, and then you put on the pigment, the paint, and it starts like moving and traveling. And in an unexpected way, you will never really know how this will dry, but it gives these soft edges and this dreamy feel. You can see here in this example of Vicky, and the same you see in Allison. Looks totally different. Same workshop. You painted on the wet paper, let the colors bleed, let the pigment bleed, and then if you feel inclined, you can add some more after it's dry, some dry on wet, dry brush strokes to give it a little bit more definition. That is something that Allison did, and it's basically like the red and then the green in a very classic and beautiful color combinations. And I also think that the areas that Allison left, where you see how the unpredicted results of how the pigment traveled, this adds some little magic and dreamy quality to it. And you couldn't paint it yourself. So this is what watercolor can give you, what this little gift of these unexpected beautiful results. And please give watercolor room to do its magic. Okay, so anything else of this? I think, yeah, that's fine. Let's go to the next slide. So this is by May, and I just wanted to show you the dry and wet technique once more. So this is also from the wet on wet workshop where we painted roses, and in this case I think it's the poppies, and you can still see what she did in the beginning, painting on the wet paper and letting the pigment travel. There's all these areas, and then after it was dry, she went in with paint again and put these the definition in the brush strokes into the painting. So like the one stem that really bled out in the middle, there's another brush stroke, and then it has definition, and it's just like the echo in the back of the flower. And she used different colors, the orange, the red, and the pink. And I think the combination of wet on wet and dry on wet makes it interesting. Thank you, May, for this one. Let's go to the next one. We have some more poppies, also from this workshop. Both examples are by Chris. And let's start maybe on the right side, where we also have the poppies. And I think this is nearly everything wet on wet, nothing dry on wet after this, but just letting watercolor loose, let it free, let it be flowing. And you see how you have these blurry, dreamy edges in the poppy petals. And yeah, it is more like this feeling of a painting. So it's this, I don't know what, there's something to it. And maybe the background was added later. It's not flowing together. Maybe no. On the top, even the flower flows together with the sky, and that's lovely. It's this atmosphere it has, and there's even more water on the left side where Chris did the roses, and it's really, you have the wet on wet technique and lots of water, like in the top part so much water, and down there it's bleeding, and how you would never be able to paint it like this yourself, and you let watercolor do this thing, and it gives it this je ne sais quoi. What is this? This is yeah, there's something happening. This just touches my heart if I see something like this. And then you just went with a little definition on the left rows, and then you have this contrast of something that is very loose and very watery and very flowy, and then this bit of definition to anchor it. And this is quite a very lovely example how you can combine this technique and what I call the watercolor magic. Okay, let's go to the next one. I think I need a sip of water first. Talking of all the watercolor magic. Here we have 3 examples by, how do we pronounce that, Rhiannon? I hope that's right. Sorry if that's wrong. And I gave it the headline, Telling a Story. What is this, telling a story? This can be quite mysterious and wishy-washy too, this term. But it came to mind when I saw these. They all from the masterclass I did, where we painted poppies on the left side, and then there's roses in the middle, and peonies, I think, on the right side. And I think they go together. They go together like a poem. This is maybe like the story that's telling. The poem, different parts, they are connected. They're painted like in the same energy, the same day, and even the colors are related. You see the pink, this really bright pink. You have it in every single painting, and if you put them all 3 together, your eye wanders. It looks there, and then it goes there and there, and this is something that's just really intriguing for me. So and still every painting is different. You see the poppies on the left side, they're different because the leaves are different, and there's different angles of the flowers. Not to say that the color bleeds are very beautiful. So this all worked very fine. The roses have a little more, what do you say? What kind of feeling? It's more tied together. And peonies, peonies are difficult. I remember I even struggled also in the workshop. So to get peonies looking like peonies, it's not so easy, but beautiful. The flowers came out great, especially in the bottom, and how all this relates together. I was really blown away and liked it a lot. And with this, I mean, being a pink lover, this bright pink also, I just had to like it. Thank you very much for these 3. Good. Let's do the next one. Loosening up and composition ideas. So this was what we did, I think at the turn of the year, when we did this sunflowers cycle. This is from the 30-minute live demo, where we did this loosening up exercise of painting on little postcard-sized paper to just get again into the creative flow, not to overthink it and just do it. And I think we even had like a time limit of 4 or 5 minutes per card. And these are 3 examples that were proudly and bravely submitted in the last days by Bev and Roxanne and Donatella. And you see, like, everyone is different what they did. So we all had the same reference images, and I did my painting, and you see everybody came up with something in their own style. And we just wanted to like get this overall feel for the sunflowers and see how we can put them together, what kind of composition, where to put the flowers. And you see, like in the middle, Roxanne's, the 3 examples, everyone is different. So we have like three bigger flowers, and there's 2 flowers and some red in between, and then in the bottom part it's even less. So this is something you can later use for your paintings, and or just have a beautiful postcard, as I said in the class. So it always helps you to just get started, and something always sticks, and you're intrigued by some kind of composition. So let's have another look at Bev's. She also, she used also the purple contrast, which we put there, the yellow and the purple, and also came up with her own ideas, how she would like to put it, which is more like, I think more like a pattern, like a textile pattern. And then we have Donatella on the right side. Again, totally different style, totally her own, and how she made it. And I think she tried different flowers, how to paint them on this piece of paper. This was her kind of loosening up, and also interesting how she worked with the space, that she left like more blank space on the left side, and there are some spatters. And I don't know if this was like on purpose, but this also could be something to be used in a later painting, to have more white space, more negative space, and see how this works. And all these flowers are also beautifully painted, and you have the color merging. And she experimented with the brush strokes for the petals, and especially for the stems and for the leaves. This is all very unique, and you see everybody holds their brush in a different way, and from the same reference images, different results, which we will also see further along if we go to the next slide. So I have another one on the left side then by Bev. On the right is Donatella again. And then we have Ramona. I have not seen her yet. So with Ramona, this is also what she came up with the ideas on the postcards. You see again, totally different. She made it completely her own, another style, also somebody I think who has more experience in painting. And also, you see the neat edges, and you like put tape on it, and then you can have this beautiful result of something that looks really, really neat. And everyone is so different, and every composition works in its own way. So whether it's 3 flowers, 2 flowers, more leaves, or like a very big flower, all successful compositions, in my opinion. So I would be very happy to get any of these postcards. And then from the loosening up, we went to I think it was the 90-minute class, where we made a bigger painting, a bigger composition from what we discovered while painting the postcards. And you see again, you have Bev, you have Donatella, and we all had the same reference. I did my painting, and both of them came up with their own beautiful interpretation, and their own style, and how the flowers relate to each other, how they paint the flowers, how they paint the leaves, what kind of atmosphere is to see. So both are very successful results, and I hope they were proud of them and had fun doing them. And what I said, like with the negative space, we saw that in Donatella's postcards. So also there's some whiter area at the bottom on the right side, and she filled this with spatters. We don't know. Maybe she had the idea when she did the warm up, or it came like this. And you have the density, and then the top part, and your eyes is drawn to this, and then it wanders around the painting. And we also here used the complementary colors of yellow and purple, because there was purple in my reference and I liked it. And you see how Donatella also used it to give it, Bev also did it to give it depth, especially like in Donatella's example in the middle, where there's so much dark purple in the middle that you really see how the yellow flower pops. Yeah. And I remember seeing that after the workshop on Instagram, and I was, wow, guys, you're so great. I felt just very touched that you took the time and these beautiful results came out of the class. Wonderful. Okay, I think we can go to the next page. And yeah, I already talked about complementary colors before because they just came to happen when we did the sunflowers. And then in cycle 2, we had this as a topic, the complementary colors. And we did the color mixing in the live demo. And then we had the irises with a color contrast of red and green and purple, yellow. And I think we had also had blue and orange. And here are 2 beautiful examples by Benita. I've seen them also in the Facebook group. And I've seen other artwork. Oh, it's Bonita, by Bonita. And usually she has a very beautiful, intricate, detailed style, which I could never do. And I thought, wow, this is so amazing. And she really wanted to stretch her creative muscles and trying the loose florals, which are not always so easy. You think, just a couple of brush strokes, easy peasy. But yeah, also this is like a totally different mind and skill set. And for these, Bonita, you can be really proud of them. You have the color contrast, especially the purple and the yellow on the right on the right side. They really make it come to life, and you have your own like handwriting while painting them. So maybe a little bit more variation in size. It's always good, and having them face different directions. But I think you can be very pleased with what you came up here. Okay, let's do the next one. So just another example of the same workshop, different results again. So this is by Diane, and you see what she did. And again, I'm just amazed how different this is again. So we have the purple and the yellow in her style. Then she also has the blue and the orange. And splatters, I think they were really high in fashion when we did this. And also we have red and green. And yeah, just I mean, it's a very dense painting. Usually it's good to leave some white spaces or not so saturated areas, but I think in Diane's painting this works. This really works. And yeah, it has some power. These irises really, there's something to them. And the stems and the leaves are finer, so there's a different quality to them. And this is also a beautiful example in the sketchbook. Thank you, Diane, for submitting. Okay, I think we already coming to the last slide here. It's Bev. So I called this putting it all together your way, which is something I always encourage. So with all my workshops, I would like that you just have a look at it, try the technique, and then take what you like, bless the rest, and see what happens and how you would apply it. And yeah, this is one of Bev's. She did in the 90-minute class, and yeah, she totally did it her own way. So the flowers, they all are on one page in this interesting format she chose, again with the neat edges, also nice with the tape. And we have the blue and the orange yellow, and and they have purple and yellow, and then is it red and green? So I cannot really tell, but it's good because she took it like one step further and also played with the techniques. I see like the color bleeds and waters and the blooms that happen when you put like a more wet paint on top. And I think it's really alive. And this one is also like telling a story, and it's just this close up of the iris flowers, like a part, not even all the flower, not all the petals, but your mind wants to expand to the sides. And this also is something that is intriguing and interesting. And I hope, Bev felt the same way about this. So I really encourage, try the techniques in watercolor and then see how you would like to use them, and experiment and just to do it and exercise. It's like exercising a muscle. Also, watercolor painting is like exercising a muscle. And especially if you, like in my case for the loose florals, you have to find out what you like, how you like to hold the brush, how flowy you would like it, how detailed you would like it. So this all comes with practice. Practice, practice, practice. And you saw like my examples in 2016. If I wouldn't have practiced and just have thought, oh no, this is not working, I cannot do this, then I would probably not sit here now trying to dish out my advice. Okay.
Wow, that's so great. Yeah, let her get us the water. She talked nonstop here. I just wanted to honor everybody who submitted their work, just like Cathrin was saying. You guys, this is an incredible amount of work, and so many different personalities and energy show through in the work, even though they were all from the same classes that Cathrin provided. And I just wanted to acknowledge everybody for being brave, like Cathrin was saying. And it was just such a joy to see everyone's work side by side like that. And I hope you all got something out of your feedback today with Cathrin. I am going to allow a couple of questions though. So if you happen to think of anything in regards to the feedback that Cathrin provided, feel free to put it in the chat for now. While you're doing that, Cathrin, I wanted to read you some comments that came in while you were giving your feedback. This is in regards to the earlier slides. Donatella and both Allison were saying that some of their first watercolor floral paintings were from your class. So thank you so much for that. Donatella says you're fantastic, a really great teacher. So thank you. Lots of thank yous there.
Wow, Donatella, I mean, these were your first florals. Hello, hello, hello. Wow.
Yeah, keep going there, Donatella. Keep going.
Yeah, everybody keep going. Yeah.
Absolutely, absolutely. And
I
then
think
there was
also,
another.
I think Bev, I remember like her comments on Instagram and Facebook group that she was never interested in painting flowers, and now she has started, and you see where she is already on the way. Wow.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. A couple of other notes here. So interesting to see so many interpretations. Absolutely. Please let that inspire you to keep going. Like Cathrin was saying. Thank you for the feedback, Cathrin, from Bonita. Diane says this was invigorating and lovely to see so much talent, all from a wonderful teacher. Oh, they're so sweet on you, aren't they?
Oh, I'm gonna go to bed smiling tonight.
Yeah.
Uh,
I know
yeah,
my
but
heart is just swelling right
I
now.
I'm just so happy, because I have this intuitive approach, which is not for everybody, but if people tune into it and just be brave and pick up a brush, I mean, it's just brush and paper and pigment, but still you have to be brave. You put yourself up there. There's this fear of failure, even though it's just paint, and and then you show a piece of yourself in that also.
Absolutely, absolutely. I wholeheartedly agree. Okay, so one last comment then before I do our drawing for our winner today from Chris. It is wonderful to see the variety in everyone's art. Cathrin, you are skilled in giving positive feedback. Thank you very much for your kind words.
Oh, guys,
Yes.
nothing else to say but positive things. I mean,
yeah, yeah. All right, everybody. Thank you so much for participating. I'm going to go ahead and introduce a new screen here. For every live feedback session, for everyone who participates and is attending live right now at this feedback session, you are entered into a drawing to win a $100 gift card to Etchr store. Really nice prize, if I do say so myself. So you'll get a gift card. We'll just need you to reach out to our customer service and be in touch with us so that we can give you your gift card. I'm going to go ahead and click the wheel and we'll see who our winner is today. All right, drum roll, really excited, also really nervous. Click the spinning wheel.
wow.
I know.
And the Oscar goes to? No.
Yep. Orchestra. Let's see who we. Oh,
Roxanne.
Roxanne. Okay, hello, Roxanne Munoz. Um, if you are there, oh, is your name not in there, Bonita? Okay. All right. We'll look into we'll have our customer service look into that. Um, oh, I'm so sorry, everybody. Okay, yeah. Uh, I'll touch base with customer service and Alice and our admin to see what's up. But thank you, Roxanne, for participating. I hope if you're here, let us know so that we can get you your gift card. If not, we'll be in touch with everybody else. And for those of you, I'm so sorry we missed your names. Again, I'll touch base with our customer service to see if we can resolve this. Okay. But yeah, Cathrin, do you have any other last words for us before we end our live feedback session here today? Oh, I think Cathrin might have froze a little bit. um, all right, everybody. I think while Cathrin is maybe trying to come back in here, thank you again for participating in the live feedback session. We saw a lot of great work today. We'll hope to see you at the next one. Catherine's next live demo is this week. I want to also talk about that real quick. It is scheduled on March 5th at 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and it will continue to go into florals. So the link to the live demo. Oh, there you are.
Oh, I
You're
was
back.
gone. I was gone. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's a problem.
you were
Yeah.
frozen for a bit. Okay, you're back.
Okay, guys.
Okay.
So, shall I say a couple of words for the live
Yes,
workshop?
please.
Okay,
Yes.
we're having
Oh.
this live workshop on Saturday, 12 p.m. Eastern, and it's
Mhm.
going to be florals. And if you want to continue the floral journey with me, and we're going to get really free and even looser with unconventional techniques. So we're going to paint something in this kind of style. Is this even flowers? But they are based on poppies, and it's more about feeling and trying things and the journey. So maybe we'll try something with eyes closed and with a non-dominant hand, or turning it around. So we just want to have lots of fun with this and try just different things, challenge ourselves. So it's watercolor, color. If you have some markers or colored pencils, bring them also, and then half an hour of this fun. So this is really something to start spring with, because we have spring here in Germany coming, and I'm all excited.
Awesome. All right, let me bring us back here. Yes, I'm going to post the link here to the upcoming live demo if you haven't already scheduled it into your calendar. Putting it here. Remember, it is on March 5th at 12 p.m. Eastern Time. Sometimes when we schedule things, it's harder to find after a while. So I'm going to find the link here and post it. All right, everybody, there it is. So thank you again so much for your time, for your bravery and courage in submitting your work. Cathrin and I really enjoyed looking at everybody's works today. We'll see you in the Facebook group if you are not already in there. And we'll definitely see you for Cathrin's live demo on March 5th this week. Okay. Have a great rest of your week. We'll see you soon. Bye, everybody.
Thank you. Bye.